guys. I love doing that, by the way. That works.
Why is he?
All right, guys. We're getting into week 14. It is the Deep Threats podcast here. We're going to talk a little bit about the NFL today. Again, that's what we do here.
Is that? Oh, I thought that's what we did.
That is what we do.
This is my second job. Ask my wife.
So, just to give you the introductions right away, we're going to get right into it. It's K-Jam right here on the mic, the host of the show. You got my co-host here, Steve.
Hello, I am Steve.
All right. We also have our guest again today. It is Bo.
Hi.
God, he's so handsome.
Right.
Look at him.
Don't forget that we also have Johnny G on the mic, pushing all the buttons and taking care of everything in the background for us.
Looking super handsome back there.
I am so proud of myself. I got Johnny at the beginning. All right, not the end. For once.
Oh my God, your intro was under 40 minutes.
Woo!
Holy shit.
All right, so that being said, we're going to go over all the stuff we're going to talk about today. We're going to get into the Week 13 recap. We're going to get into the power rankings. We're going to get in. Well, we're going to go back and talk about our power rankings and how they've adjusted. We're going to talk about injuries. We're going to talk about the Meanwell news and any reports coming out from this week. And then we're going to also get into Thursday night's game. I think that's it for today's show. So it's going to be kind of a longer show.
Jam-packed with action.
We're going to try to get it in pretty quick. That being said, right?
Hope you like 80s action movies.
Hit the fist on Rumble and like and subscribe on YouTube, please. I'm going to bring it back to you guys later. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. You got that button up here on my...
We're going to make it clickable at some point, I swear to God.
We'll get there eventually. But please subscribe down below. We appreciate that if you can. And then that is about it for me. Bo, I hope you are ready. We're going to get into Bo's breakdown for today.
Yes. Look at that button. Look at that top button. The man is a savage.
Let me just start out here with something I need to get off my chest.
Oh, jeez.
The Browns are amazing, and so is Watson.
All right, it's off your chest. Move on.
Okay.
A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Christian Watson had a total of 22 receptions for 281 yards and 6 total touchdowns. That's the Browns and Watson for you.
I get it.
Right. There we go.
All right.
Money shot. Love it.
So, speaking of A.J. Brown, he earned that last name. And how did he earn that last name? By taking a deuce on defenses.
Solid.
2 touchdowns. That's a deuce on the Titans defense. They won 35-10. Speaking of NFC East, they managed to go ahead and do the divisional wins. No one in there got a loss, and they played each other. 2020 Washington Giants, that's a tie.
All right.
Not one loss in that division. And to stay in that division, the Cowboys defense obviously looked formidable, but so does anybody going against Matt Ryan right now. Ask his wife. The 54-19.
What did he say?
Romping over the Colts on Sunday night.
Stomping.
So let's go down south real quick, y'all.
Yo, did you say romping?
Yeah. The NFC South, to be specific. This is where, you know what? Let's go ahead and change this up a little bit. Atlanta, Mariota's not the guy. All right, and I think that we saw that.
Shocker.
And the only thing that I really took away from this game is that C. Hayward scored a touchdown, and it wasn't that fat defensive lineman that we know have been pounding the Browns forever. It was actually a tight end. So go figure.
We are back.
We are back.
We're back?
But you were saying something about tight ends, and I got to know.
No, it's fine. So let me explain.
Yes.
I was just going off of what I had saw in the...
A tight end.
And it was a tight end that that I think had scored or was doing very well.
The tight end scored.
C. Hayward. And I was like, I hope that's not the defensive guy. Like, they're so lackluster in tight end position because they got Freiermuth that it isn't. But it was actually... I guess Cam Hayward's brother. So.
Yes.
Anyways, who cares about the Steelers? You suck!
Oh, got him.
And we don't care that you beat the Falcons. We don't give one single iota of a care.
I mean...
It matters in the division thing, but okay, you got nothing to lose. We get it. You won. You beat Atlanta in Atlanta. You won 2 road games. You're looking good. You barely won, but who cares? All right, move on.
Got him.
Let's get back on page. Let's reel it in a little bit.
Got him. Reel it in.
Low-scoring games. The Baltimore Orioles took down the Denver Rockies 10-9.
Got him.
A few years ago. Never mind. The Baltimore Ravens took down the Denver Broncos 10-9. And let's have some prayers real quick. If you don't mind, bow your head, close your eyes. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us Lamar Jackson to watch. He has been a healthy commodity for the Ravens, but we pray for his health to bring him back, as he has been the best running back since the sinner in the elevator.
Amen.
We appreciate it.
Amen.
He has been the best running back since the sinner in the elevator. 10-9. Let's move on.
10-9.
Jets.
Jets. Love it.
Wets. Jets wets the bed. Fourth quarter drive. Harrison Smith fends off Mike Caucasian. Let's keep it PC.
Daddy White. Oh my God.
Wait, it's 22. It's 22. 27 Vikings over the Jets. So
I still heard that, by the way.
let's stay on theme. We're in the NFC North Division.
These mics are great.
Offensive juggernaut Lions put up 40 on the Jags. Amon-Ra, Jamal, and DeAndre all with touchdowns. They scored 8 of 8 drives against the Jags. This big cat brawl actually turned out to be a quick little kitten conflict. Meow. Speaking of furry creatures, the Browns with Deshaun Watson looked great. Many people would say stunning. Lacking only one thing, offensive production. Now, that was not so much a Cleveland win as it was an abysmal Houston loss.
Facts.
I love Lovie Smith as much as the next guy. I don't think it has to do with the coaching. It's a lot of not having the talent.
Is it the Bears thing or?
You know what?
I'm sorry. I had to.
Believe me. I like where your head's at. We're on the same page.
You can insult him later.
I know lack of talent for a team. I'm a Bears fan. It's not like Lovey has been in this position before. He's never, ever been in this position.
Never had a losing team ever?
Ever.
Oh,
all right.
shit.
Like I said, I'm a Chicago's Bear fan. That being said,
Lifelong.
Aaron Rodgers continues his ownership campaign against the Chicago Bears with the help of Christian Watson.
Oh, well.
This loss doubled my sadness as the Packers of all teams, because they became the winningest team in the NFL, 787 wins to the Bears, 786.
Go, Pack, go.
That's right. Sure. Whatever. But let me tell you why the Bears are excited.
There you go.
They get an early draft talent next year, and they can't blow that. Right, Mitch Trubisky?
God.
They can't blow that.
Oh, that hurts so bad.
Miami and San Francisco 49ers. They put it down on the D side. CMC is back, and be that as it may, I give Tyreek Allen an A for effort. DCBA, that's backwards, much like the Chargers as of late, losing 3 players, 33-17. Don't worry. Let's move on. We don't need to hear about the Chargers and their abysmal quarterback who's actually great but has no talent, no offensive line around him, and no defense to help him out. Does that sound familiar to anybody?
Oh, man.
Phillip Rivers.
I mean,
I'll move on. KC really didn't have to win this one. I think that they were kind of throttled, and maybe they looked ahead because their opponents moving forward are the Broncos and Houston in the next 2 weeks.
nice.
So they're getting a little vacation before the playoffs, and maybe vacation started a little bit early.
That defense is still good.
KC's?
Denver.
Houston.
Oh, yeah, Denver's good.
KC, get your defense together. Playoffs are starting soon, and you looked like some Cincinnati garbage, which I'm used to seeing on their streets. See you next week, Cincinnati. Now, having said that, the AFC West is supposed to be like the NFC or AFC East this year, with Russell Wilson, Devonta Adams, Khalil Mack, Juju Smith-Schuster, big names all going there, but it's been pretty lax, much like the Chargers-Raiders game. Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, TD, so boring, so effective, ho-hum, they are the best as far as a tandem goes for QB, wide receiver, and running back. And since we're out west, let's stop at the west side. So last one, we're out west. I'm going to finish it off with a wild card hopeful Seahawks and Rams game. The Rams remain plagued with injuries. Please do not feel sorry for the Rams. They won a Super Bowl last year. Now, their injuries are covered by Medicare because their players are so old. And all their players now, being old and injured, remind me of a special someone whose birthday is today.
Oh.
So if you could do me a favor for our old and injured
Get him.
player.
He is old and injured.
That is messed up.
He's
It
still
is a
crippled,
little bit
guys.
Messed up.
That is messed up.
He's
Let's
still
go ahead
crippled.
and do a happy birthday, KJ, and we'll keep it short.
You want to sing?
Happy
birthday to
That's
you.
it. That's it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
I'm done.
birthday, dear old KJ. Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
And this is why I can't run a clean show.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's pretty clean. We didn't even cuss.
All right, so
Not yet.
I like the breakdown. It was fun today.
It was a little bit quick.
We need to do that a lot quicker.
Was that a 5-minute?
No, that was like
That was like
14 minutes.
Was that a 14-minute recap?
It's okay.
Pretty
we messed with
close.
you, and we also had the. I mean, we're gonna get
I
better.
could be
did
a
like
lot
it.
faster. Ask
It's
my
all
wife.
good.
Yeah, I think my wife would also agree.
All right.
It's okay. She's in the chat, so.
But since you said that, we're gonna get into.
And she says happy birthday.
We're gonna get. Thank you. We're gonna get into the injuries, right?
Yes,
So-
Injuries are important.
Matt Stafford out for the year. Neck surgery. Done. Boom. Out.
he's old. Also a Rams player.
All right. Lamar Jackson. Another injury you brought up, right? Lamar Jackson is supposed to miss anywhere from 2 to 3 games, possibly. So that could be bad
Playoff
for them.
manipulations.
Was
Well,
it 2 to
it's-
3? It was only 2 to 3.
It was 2
I don't
to
know.
3.
Tyler Huntley, like you say.
Well, it could be bad for them for the simple fact that these are all division games, and I don't know if Tyler Huntley has the experience to win these games in clutch situations.
They got to play the clock. Game management.
Yeah, it all has to
Things of
come
that
up, but they don't have running backs, they don't have wide receivers. It's Mark Andrews and Tyler Huntley, and then that defense.
Gus Edwards is supposed to be healthy. Harbaugh's got to coach real well.
So we're gonna move on from that because we spent a little bit of time on the intro. So going into Garoppolo, right?
Yeah, how's his foot doing?
Garoppolo avoided surgery,
Well,
and there's playoff implications
Okay.
saying that he could come back for playoffs.
it's super unlikely.
So, well, it's not unlikely. It's possible.
It's
I don't think it matters.
I would probably also agree with that at this
I
point.
don't think it matters.
But I
don't think so
I
either.
don't know. I think they're better than most people realize. That defense is so stout.
I think with CMC
But can we-
and go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I would kind of agree for the fact that Brock Purdy
Right.
Purdy.
looked really good.
Iowa State.
Especially that first drive, like he came in, he did his damn thing, and like the as a quarterback in the NFL with that talent of a team, like what do you need? Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, right at like 80%. We don't even need them at 100 because we can just check down there.
Yeah,
keep the game
50%
short,
of an offense
get
is still
rid
good
of-
for them.
And
Right.
that's where I'm thinking like it's not necessarily like, oh, I have to go be something more than I am. No, let your great offensive line do their job. Let Shanahan run the ball. Get it east and west, north south, and don't turn it over. And your defense is going to create turnovers. They did against Miami, who is a potent offense.
My only worry about doing that is you can't lean on Christian McCaffrey. We've already decided this in the league.
Yeah.
If you lean on Christian McCaffrey, he's going to be out in like 3 weeks.
Crippled.
So
Yeah, he's not an in between the tackles runner.
No.
yeah, so that could be
Defensive
another
tackles are-
issue for them at injury because he's dealing with injury currently, Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
So
Banged up.
yeah, I mean it's gonna go back on Debo.
And you said that Jimmy G did need foot surgery or did not?
Did not.
Okay.
Does
He's
not.
avoided.
He avoided foot
Avoided.
Just
was
double-checking.
the wordage used by
Broken.
San Francisco.
Broken.
So that being said, we'll get off. I don't think there's any other quarterbacks we can talk about right now.
Nope.
That's the 3 majors. So we'll jump into running backs. Kenneth Walker.
Ouch.
Let me preface this correctly because I don't have them all up there.
He'll be
It's well, no. So it's Kenneth Walker, DJ Dallas,
Yep.
and
Troy?
High ankle sprain
Travis
for
Homer,
DJ
right?
Dallas.
Travis Homer.
Aha.
Kelly just picked up the 4th guy who's not even on the depth chart.
Yet.
Yeah, good job.
Well, Kenneth Walker hasn't been ruled out yet.
Well, here's
Or
the thing.
TJ Dallas
It's still a bruised foot for a running back. So whether he's ruled out or not, it's probably going to be limited.
my
And
notes
then
suck.
the only other issue is all of those guys are dealing with injury.
Yep.
Right.
All of them. So that might be a passing game all day this week.
I don't. So here's my take on that. There is in no way, shape, or form world where I'm scared because based on the last 3 years, that is all the Seahawks have been: is injured running backs, injured running backs, injured running backs
Since Marshawn Lynch.
and barely
Yep.
crawling
Right.
into the playoffs.
Right.
So like,
Well, they haven't been in the playoffs in 4 years.
No, but they
so.
got it. They're rebuilding here. No one thought them to be good. And with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett being there, it's not the worst thing in the world if Geno
Has to throw the ball.
has to throw the ball.
I agree.
All right.
That's a fair point. That's a really good point.
You could limit the touches on the running back side and say, okay, on first down, get us 3 yards. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7.
Right.
That's on the quarterback.
Right. All right. So one other thing before we get to the other running
That's a good
back
point.
is Von Miller done for the year. ACL surgery. We kind of knew this.
Yeah.
To me,
He
that
still could
hurts.
get a ring.
To me, that hurts Buffalo's
He
defense.
could still get a ring.
but
He
it
could still
does.
get a ring.
But it does hurt their defense.
Yep. But he can still get a ring.
That's a big piece on their defense. And then the other thing is Josh Jacobs dealing with a quad strain on a short week.
Short week. He's still limited. It's still a toss up. It's still a toss up. We won't know if he's inactive until 7 tomorrow.
All right. I mean,
How bad does that affect like the game as far as like? And I know
Poorly.
we're gonna recap it early, so we'll keep it brief. But like,
Poorly.
you think that that
Their offense. I mean,
play action's a big thing to get Devonta open?
Zamir White.
well, Zamir White's still, young. We haven't seen much of him. This could be a game where we see a lot of Zamir White. But I will say with playoff implications, they got to play Josh Jacobs.
I will say that as of right now, at least according to Sleeper,
And
Control tempo.
at 6:05 p.m. on a Wednesday, they still have him projected for 16 plus points. So
all right. Well, I think the only issue with that whole situation, like I said, is this is playoff implications.
yep.
So if Josh Jacobs doesn't play, they might lose this game.
They have 3 players on their team: Derek Carr, Devonta Adams, Josh Jacobs.
And Darren Waller again tried to come back early. Is dealing with a hammy issue still.
Yeah, he's still
he's out. Hunter Renfrow. Have we seen Hunter Renfrow since he got knocked off the face of the earth?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
He's still sleeping somewhere.
I just don't know what's going on there. So and then that's kind of it I have on injuries right now. So we'll kind of jump right into the Thursday night game, kind of go over the recap on that, or what we're gonna do for that. What do you guys see going on in that game, Raiders Rams, for Thursday night?
Hey, what happened there?
The transparencies there. That's
Love it. Headless Horseman Steve.
You can't see
me.
Give him a
Alrighty. It's because of where you have that.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're
So-
fixed it now. Anyway, well, Baker is not playing.
Put it all the way at the top.
I can't assume.
That's been confirmed, right?
Yeah, Baker. I don't know how he
I
could
don't
come
know
on
if that's
one day.
been confirmed.
He's gonna come one day.
Because I was talking to John a little bit earlier that he could be.
Could be active on Thursday night. Is
That's
what Sleeper
incredible.
says from 1 hour ago.
Okay. Well,
I just don't see him being ready with the playbook.
I know.
But that being said, I have to say this. I can't let this go.
Go ahead. Yeah, say something
right,
goofy. Say
so
something goofy. Go ahead.
According
Uh-huh.
to one of our guests,
Who?
who is slightly funny from time to time.
Are we talking about the original Browns fan?
This guy that sits here. In
Oh, the guy
in
that's not here?
corner. Yeah, that's not here.
The real original Browns fan. Oh, what is this?
Quote unquote,
So you're saying stop it?
Sean McVay
It hurts me.
is like a girlfriend with dad issues.
Okay, actually, I could see that. Hold on, that's funny.
And his point is,
Oh,
I
no.
can fix Baker.
Oh,
I swear
no.
I can fix him.
I gotta be honest. He might be the one that can do it.
And it's kind of funny because of all things, this guy might be able to fix Baker. He gave Matt Stafford
hold on,
a Super Bowl
hold
ring.
on. You know
He
who-
gave Matt Stafford a Super Bowl ring.
He did.
Cooper
he
Kupp
did.
did.
What?
Well, Stafford threw him the ball.
Aaron
Cooper
Donald.
Kupp
Aaron,
did.
Aaron
I don't
Donald.
care. I could have thrown him the ball.
Jared Goff couldn't
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff
Talk
got him
about
there.
playoffs.
Hold
Look
on.
at the Detroit
How are you going to
Lions,
say
dude.
that?
because he
He
didn't.
got him there. Stop.
Knock
That's
it off.
garbage.
When's the
take.
last time?
Oh my
when's the
God.
last-
Knock it
No.
off.
Jared Goff was
Knock it off.
above average.
Knock it off.
2 years in a row, Jared Goff couldn't
You're
make it
messing
there.
with-
Why
Dude,
am I defending Jared Goff to
I'll
you?
tell you why. Because his advanced stats.
The Lions aren't
like,
going to draft a
what they're
quarterback
doing
because
in
they don't
Detroit-
need to. Oh my God.
Yes.
I can't believe I got that mad about
So
that. What the
should.
hell is
So
going
that
on
being,
here?
that being said, right, jumping out of that, Matt Stafford could be done for his career if neck surgery doesn't go well.
That's true. That's bad. And I
Could
don't
you
think.
imagine Baker on the Rams for the next 4 years?
Oh no.
Yeah, the verdict. So listen, the jury here. Let me go to right here real quick. I don't know if you got me. The jury is still in deliberation on Baker Mayfield.
I mean,
The jury's in deliberation. And let me explain.
ask a Browns
Cannot confirm or deny whether or not he's innocent or guilty of being good. Okay.
What were those stats from this year? Can you throw that overlay up real quick?
stop.
I know
That's-
it's quick. Hold on.
Bakers,
Hold on. What were those? Hold
He's
on.
got no
Read
line.
those stats off.
118 of 206, 118
Completions.
completions
67.8.
of 206 attempts.
67.8%. That's actually very
57.8.
Okay, 57.8.
That's actually super
That's
good.
horrible.
1,313 yards.
Bad
Oh,
font
57?
size.
6 to 6 TD interception ratio.
Okay.
He threw it out. He did this last second. So
So let me explain. Under 500 record. under 500 record. Under 60% passer rating. And he's
like the average for the NFL is somewhere around 61.
It's like
61 or
62.
62.
I thought you I thought that was 67. That's my bad. I
think
didn't
here's
realize
my
it was
point on the
57. That's
verdict
bad.
is still out on him. Let's talk about the opportunities for Baker. Okay. And the one year he did have an opportunity, he took him to the playoffs and got the W. Like the real opportunity.
You guys
the
remember?
talent was there.
Yes.
The health was there.
Yep.
The defense was there.
The play calling was not skewed.
And he managed games.
So that being said,
and he
right?
got the touchdowns. He was good.
Hit him with it.
So I'm thinking like
That's what he
That's
is.
why the verdict is still out, because he's not good enough to make a bad team good.
which is this team right now.
I don't know that they're a bad team.
No wide
The Rams?
They're
receivers.
injured.
No wide. But my
Van
point is,
Jefferson-
The injured doesn't
Allen
mean bad.
Robinson, Cooper
Yeah,
Kupp. both
stop it.
gone.
Allen
End
Robinson
of
should
year.
not be
Done.
in the
And
discussion
Van Jefferson-
when referring to a good player,
Van
especially not
Jefferson
this year.
is sneaky good.
But
He
he-
drops
Yes,
everything.
I
I
agree.
agree. I like Van Jefferson.
but he couldn't do anything in Carolina with better assets. When he had Christian McCaffrey when he was in, he had DJ Moore, he had a solid defense, and he still couldn't win games.
DJ Moore strikes me as a
couldn't
punk.
beat a horrible
But
Browns.
so you're
Jets
right.
did.
You're right for this year. I don't
saying-
expect anything out of Baker this year.
So you're pretty much saying that the
No,
Panthers.
not out of this year. Now time out. Next year.
You're
Matt Stafford's gone. You give me the offseason with Baker as Sean McVay. You give me the talent and people coming back healthy and Aaron Donald wanting to stick around. I'll take that bet. And I'll draft a quarterback in round 2, because if it doesn't pan out, whatever, round 3, I don't know when their next pick is. Their next pick could be in 2045 for all.
Yeah, it might be. It might be rough.
Yeah, they traded away everything for a Super Bowl.
All right, so
But that I go ahead. I digress.
no, you're good. I like to take. I mean, I kind of
think-
slightly agree with it.
Yeah. Verdict is out. If he and listen, this year is not going to make a determination. It's going to be in deliberation until he gets an off season with the team. He didn't have an off season with Carolina.
Yeah, not really.
It's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, how many?
Takes
Yeah.
time to get acclimated.
How many coaches
So,
and
Deshaun?
OCs has he had? Since, I mean, whatever. You know, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I mean, they're all viable. They're all viable.
what do you mean they're all viable?
Baker's had how many head coaches since he's been in? He's had how many different OCs?
3, 4.
I mean, yeah, 3, 4, I think, of each. I mean, especially now. So, I mean, it's different. He had 2 different head coaches this year.
Right.
No, I think they said. I think there was
One of them is
7 head coaches in his 5 years.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I
Because
kind of
of
through
two
that out there, but
Yeah.
but I'm just saying.
Yes.
So
All
that,
right.
3 with the Browns.
That's-
Yeah.
2, 5 head coaches.
see, you're
Yep.
I'm not trying to make excuses.
6 now.
Oh,
with
hello.
McVay.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make excuses. However, I think if given the chance, especially with this offensive guru, he's going to be okay.
If Baker's not the quarterback, who's the quarterback?
For the Rams,
Yeah.
Brian
Us-
Bryce
assuming that Stafford's crippled and done forever,
or Bryce.
Well, no, I'm just talking for Thursday's game.
Wolford,
For tomorrow's game.
right? John, is it John Wolford?
Wolford.
I think he's the only other.
I think he's on the injury report too.
Oh
It's
well.
questionable.
Yep.
Oh wow. So then it.
So it's Bryce Perkins.
Oh.
All right. So
That is in question.
going into that, right? So like the Rams have 0 offense
Yeah.
or an injured defense.
No, that's
It's an unseen offense. Let's put it that way.
it's not unseen. It's Cam Akers, okay? The guy
Which is nah.
Let me explain. The guy had 2 touchdowns last week. He was a check down receiver. He did his job. He put up, I think he was the number 2 running back in fantasy football for all you degenerates out there. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
That's what it is.
They played safe football.
That almost won them the game against a wild card Seahawks team who had DK Metcalf. I'm just saying.
right.
Bobby Wagner had an interception, 2 sacks, and like 7 tackles. He was all over the field. The Rams are always in it.
You
And
knew
if
he was
get
gonna show
Cam
up.
Akers, well, he did, and so does Jalen Ramsey.
They're all
so
NFL.
if they get a
Jalen Ramsey showed up?
turnover or 2,
All right.
and then they run the ball. Good luck.
All right. I like to take.
I'm just saying it's not over. I'm taking the
So-
Raiders.
I don't know.
But
Last time I
yes.
saw-
Yes.
What is your pick,
I'm
Dan?
taking the Raiders for sure. Devontae
Yeah.
Adams.
What's your score? What do you got for him?
Devonta Adams is going to make Jalen Ramsey look like a little baby back boy.
You
Yes.
think Devontae Adams is gonna pull a
DK
DK?
Metcalf did, yeah. Let's. I mean, that's Jalen. You are phenomenal at what you do, which is not covering wide receivers, but trash talk.
So your over under is 43.5.
43.5. Yeah.
So what do you?
21-24 Raiders.
Wow, a lot
Wow, that's a
closer.
close-
Yeah,
That's a close game.
I do
It
have
is.
Ryan.
The Raiders are favored by 5.5.
I
What
do
is
have
Ryan's score, real quick?
24-12 Raiders.
All right. What about you?
I'm gonna go 21-14 Raiders.
No field goals.
After hearing
like the kickers.
after
like 'em.
hearing your score, I kind of agree that the Rams are going to score more than
Defensive.
14 points. So I'm gonna go 17 for the Rams, and I'm gonna go 31 for the Raiders.
That's a great score.
shoot. Well, all Raiders.
That's a good football.
Hey, Johnny
score.
G, who you
Yeah,
got?
I love that
Raiders.
score.
You got Raiders?
You're playing my fiddle, baby.
He's loving it.
All right.
Yeah,
so
everyone's, I think, picking the Raiders, right?
what do you got?
I'm going to say 27-17 Rams. Or, I'm sorry, Raiders.
I was
Raiders.
gonna say he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I make fun of him and I go, "You're always taking the safe
Dude,
thing."
if we
Always.
all take Raiders, that's not a good thing.
It's not.
That means the Rams are going to win.
No,
so
that's not true.
Anthony
We all
said
took Seattle last week.
27-14 Raiders as well.
Atta boy.
That's a low one. It's just a low score.
That's a 41. Yeah, it's right under.
44.5. That's way under.
Kelly, what do
The
you
whole
got?
field goal under.
Text the chat.
She's like, I'm quiet because it's 6:15 and we need to move forward.
Yeah, she has not said anything, so
Yeah.
Let's move.
she hasn't said anything other than that she was desperate in auto draft for picking up that running back.
I thought it was hilarious. That auto draft. Oh, we have an auto draft and it's just way too deep.
She's
so-
always desperate, by the way. That's how we got married. Go ahead.
Got him.
Damn,
All right,
two
he got
wife
himself.
jokes.
Got
All
him.
right, so let's jump right into the They Mean Well and get into that segment real quick. What do we got for today?
Sorry, Bo. So the first
dirty.
one is from Reddit, and it is about the situation with Antonio Brown. Sources say that Tampa has locked down AB to a 10-year deal. Antonio Brown and the Tampa Bay Police Department are close to terms on a long-term contract because if you haven't heard, he's been holding out in his house for, 6 days now due to a warrant?
It's just in the first time he's had a warrant out for his arrest that he's just got it chilled at home.
Yeah. Well, this time that the police have been communicating with him through a megaphone to try to get him out because they're
ridiculous.
worried about weapons in the place. So
The CTE thing is so real.
Yes,
Like
with him.
I
There's
get it, but why are there not restrictions in place? That's so weird. I know he's a free man.
question is,
he can
why
do
did-
whatever he wants.
Why
He's
is he
gonna
the
end up in prison.
CEO of a company? That's the
Right.
question.
Well,
So-
that's just a paper and some a couple $100.
And on the flip side, as Bo noted in his breakdown, you have the Chicago Bears owner saluting his fans after their win.
Looks like a real drug dealer.
Stop it.
Looks like a real drug dealer
all
over
right.
there.
This was a video, but I had to time it perfectly.
No, that's fine.
So,
That's
Where do you
funny.
get the money to be Chicago's owner? Chicago's expensive. Drug dealer.
Stop it.
He's on mushrooms, dude. He's on ayahuasca.
he's playing for the wins, clearly.
I mean,
It's not helping.
he's peeing clean.
So
All right, so we're gonna jump into the news. If you guys like those memes, let us know, please, in the chat. Jumping into the news, we're gonna go to the Titans firing the GM John Robinson. That was a big happening. 2-3 days ago?
Long overdue.
What?
ever since they
Hold
traded,
on. So let me-
since they traded Traylon
Wait,
Burks.
let me preface this real quick.
Long overdue.
So, with the moves that have been made in the last 2 years,
Long overdue.
with the trade over AJ Brown, the going and getting of Julio Jones, the signing of Traylon Burks in the offseason, and that
Drafting.
team is the drafting of Traylon Burks in the offseason. That team has consistently gotten worse, even though they're the
Offensively.
best team in their division.
Long overdue.
That team has consistently gotten worse over the last 4 years, and they have added less pieces and lost capital.
They're putting too much pressure on their head coach.
Yep, Vrabel.
Vrabel's a dog.
Yep.
Absolute
You give Vrabel some
animal.
talent, Vrabel's gonna win everything.
He's a
Love
savage.
Vrabel.
I mean, look what he did with AJ Brown and Corey Davis.
I mean,
That's fair.
a lot of their capital has also been in Taylor Lewan, who's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
Love Taylor.
Ah.
One of my guys. I love busting with the boys. Shout out busting with the boys. No free shout outs. But those guys, they're great. But Taylor's been injured.
Yeah.
And when you're left tackle who you're paying a lot of money, good job, Taylor. Great job, agent. No hate. But the truth is that there's a lot of capital there, and we're not utilizing it. And so,
Derrick
you're
Henry's feeling it, too.
handicapped, and that's on the GM. That's
Yep.
not on anybody else. That's on how to make your offensive line better, how to get wide receivers better, how if Tannehill's going to be the guy, how are we going to get him talent to make up for
Or Malik.
his lackluster ability, or Malik in the future.
Right.
What are we doing to get these guys? And he hasn't done the job.
So now do you know why he got fired? Because you were asking me earlier in the show, you didn't understand why he got fired.
So I guess I would look at if I'm looking at this from 30,000 foot view, right? I understand offensively. I'm scratching my head. I'm like, why would you do that?
Well,
why would you make these moves? Yes, exactly. So then you look at the defensive picks, the defensive ads, they're studs. You drafted a guy.
They shouldn't be.
Why?
It should be the other way around.
It should be the other way around.
Their offense should be
coach
studs
defense,
because
you
you have a
draft
Because that's
defensive
his strength.
Like we talked about this with the Chicago thing.
That's right.
Because they don't need to go draft
with
defense
Eberflus?
because
Okay, that's fair.
they can get
But-
defense late.
I mean, they have a top 5 defense that's keeping. I mean, all right. So I agree.
No, because that's because Vaporl knows.
That's his niche.
Because Vaporl knows
I love you.
how to. He's a linebacker, so he knows what's going on behind him. He knows what's going on in front of him.
What college you go to?
Who? Vaporl?
Vrabel.
Yeah, say it. Say it for me.
Did he go to?
Yeah,
J Dub.
He went to Ohio State.
The
Oh,
Ohio State. You talking about the
You can always come on the Deep Threats podcast.
My
the
brain is not. My brain.
All
Is,
right.
Mike? I'm gonna reach out to you
I
on
need
Twitter.
some food.
All right. So that was a good conversation
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So
I
you
just
don't. You get you draft.
Born in
offense.
Akron.
And they did. Traylon Burks they drafted. Malik they drafted.
Listen.
Those are rookies, right?
But
Bad
the
picks.
problem with Treylon Burks
Bad
is he
picks.
hasn't been on the field all year. That's the problem with Treylon Burks.
and then he was, and then he gets
I think that he
knocked
doesn't-
out cold.
Concussion.
Maybe he didn't like talking to doctors and be like, "Hey, how's Taylor's knee look?
How's his asthma?
Traylon's lungs?
maybe.
You know, like he's like, this doctor doesn't know what he's talking about.
Can Robert
Maybe.
Woods still turn and
Can
make
they
a cut?
want me to take my medicine?
He's
F
been in
them.
eight
Well,
games.
that's another point, right? Like you go out and you get like a 35-year-old Robert Woods, right? Like
After an ACL injury, like, oh,
Yeah, he
wow.
doesn't
All
have
right,
much
fine.
left in the
Okay.
tank, says
you
the
go
doctor.
out and get a 30.
Oh, we'll see about that.
You go out and get a
Give me-
33-year-old
Give
Woods.
me
Julio
Woods is
Jones.
only
Julio
30.
Jones.
Woods
is only 30.
God, he looks old as shit.
No, but Wentz was coming off a bad
looks
year,
old.
off injuries, and he went out and got Wentz. Did you say Wentz?
No, he said Woods. Robert Woods.
Yeah,
No,
Robert
Receiver.
that was a joke, right? So, like, obviously he's not 35, but my point is the decline of most
He
wide
looks
receivers
35.
is between the years of 29 and 32.
Yes.
Boom, done.
Ask OBJ.
You don't go get those guys.
No.
All right, good transition.
No,
Still
you
crippled.
can. You can. You just don't pay them as much. They're
No,
one-year
that's
dealers.
fair.
Good,
All right,
good
that's fair.
transition. Let's get into Odell. What the hell's going on with Odell? Is Dallas signing him, or is he not going anywhere?
cares? He's not going nowhere.
Nowhere?
I think I think that he would rather enjoy the limelight.
He went to a
than
Mavs
get
game.
Physically fit.
You
He
think
went
he's
to a
just
Mavs
doing it
game
for the hell
with
of it?
players after an
No,
interview,
he's-
after a literal interview, and they said
9
that
hours.
They said that physically he's not ready. They said that excuse me. They said that after a surgery in Cleveland, it was so bad his knee was a ticking time bomb.
Yep.
And the Rams were even worried about him. So when that comes up and that becomes mainstream, that is a problem. They're saying he might not be ready before playoffs.
And didn't
that
Jerry-
is a problem.
Didn't Jerry Jones say something that he wouldn't pick up a player if he couldn't see them play?
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on about Jerry Jones right now.
Jones
Just
is
ask
an
LeBron
idiot.
James about that garbage. But
I
whatever.
will
No,
say
we
Jerry-
won't get into that.
Yeah, it's
I will
garbage.
say, like, Jerry Jones got rid of Amari Cooper. Why
Yeah,
would you go
for a
get
fifth.
Odell?
Right.
Well,
It's too expensive. But the
you already have a burner in Gallup, so like, yeah, you don't. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
I
you
don't
off.
understand it.
I don't either.
Here's where my mind goes is like
Don't pay him cheap
if
for
I'm
talent upside.
if I'm OBJ,
Yeah,
I think that I like the limelight. Always have, always will.
always have. We all missed it as Brown. Yeah, I missed it as a Browns
But
fan.
I
That's
also
my
think
bad.
that there is gas in the tank. There is, and he did produce for the Rams and win them a couple big games. And like so, like I can't take away history.
Yeah,
I
he
can't.
he didn't dog those
He
plays.
also
And
scored a touchdown
he
in the
played
Super
very
Bowl.
well for 6 games.
Scored a
very
touchdown.
well.
Scored a
So you're
touchdown in the
saying
Super
there's
Bowl.
a chance.
No, that's a
And
great.
yes, he
I'm
did.
not arguing
Yeah,
that.
I
I'm not
agree.
arguing that.
I mean,
And-
if you're gonna be a game changer, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I just want to explain like what he's doing is very smart because he's allowing his knee to rehab right now, right? And maybe he hasn't done the best with it because he's not on a team.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. But he's creating value for himself by teams that need him and doubling down on making sure that he gets into the
But
playoffs.
doesn't that
and his name's getting shown.
doesn't that go into consideration? If he's not ready, that means it's a minimum 2 weeks before you can play him.
It depends on my idea of ready and OBJ's idea.
No, I'm talking about the team's idea of ready.
That's between the team. I don't know.
right.
But if I'm the Browns, right, and let's say I'm the Browns owner, I'm the Bears owner, OBJ's available, and we're in playoff contention, I'm taking a risk.
I think if
I'm
anybody,
getting it
I
on
think
the
that's a
team.
fair point.
I'm reading. I'm saying, hey, open the playbook, get on the team. I want you on this type of regimen. I want you with our trainers nonstop. I'm willing to put up $2 million right now to say that you're going to pay off if it gets me into a championship game.
I say if anybody
Yes.
I bet that.
Yeah,
I
you get
say-
your money. High ups. Sorry, go.
if anybody should go after him, which I can just see the Eagles going after him just because of what they've done this season.
Ooh, I could too, actually.
But like, if anybody should go after him, I think it should be Baltimore. But he won't
That's a
go
good
to.
landing spot.
I don't think he'll go to a cold
But
city.
they will
No,
pay that
that's the
money.
point.
They run their thing as a business, and that business runs lean and mean.
Well, wait.
And they balance their business out on the defensive
But
side.
you're only asking for
And
him for
offensive
5-6
line.
games, right?
But-
so you're looking at maybe
it depends. I don't know their
maybe
cap
$500,000
situation,
to
to be
$1.5 million.
Hold on,
I don't know
did-
their cap
didn't
situation, but
Baltimore-
yeah, that's a cool landing spot, though.
Didn't Baltimore go out and grab Deshaun Jackson though?
Yes, they did.
So they already got their burner.
They just signed him
Poor
from the
man's
practice
Odell.
squad.
Poor man's. I mean, like, there's
They're a
nothing that says
business.
that Odell can even cut.
Yeah, they can cut his hamstring. I
mean,
mean,
what-
sorry.
I mean, so
Too
no,
early
that-
for Deshaun
no.
Jackson.
Well, nah, man.
He's gonna play. By the way, he played one game last year, pulled a hamstring.
Well, that's what
saying.
happens when you.
Hey, when he got signed by the Ravens this year, he got injured that same game.
Who's older,
rough.
KJ or Deshaun?
Deshaun, hands down, legs down. Sorry.
I think he's
All right.
35. It's
So
close.
we're gonna move. Don't be a dick.
I mean, he's got
close.
he's got
Don't be a
OBJ by like
close.
6 years.
Don't, you and John the
I'm
last
just-
2 weeks. I'm gonna
just saying
punch you
it's
both.
close.
Man, it
All right.
sucks to be super old.
That's it. That's
Do,
it.
do you need a leg to be
You know
stand
what
up?
sucks is that I'm the oldest person in this room still. That's
By
what sucks.
far, he could be my father.
Well, Bo's right behind me.
Well,
But we're gonna move on from that.
seriously,
Yeah, he's literally right behind me.
2 months. That's all right.
2 months.
So-
2 months.
You're still gonna be a year older than him for at least 2 months.
I think we do. We. Oh yeah, no. We're gonna. So we're jumping to the pick'em screen. So just a quick heads up. Over the last week, we have our pick'ems up here from our last Saturday's pick'em.
let me go ahead and wrap this one up. Show this up, baby. I love this. Right now, look at your boy.
All right, so Bo,
10-4 last week.
Bo's at 10-4. Johnny G on the mic is at 11-3. God, he's winning from all of us.
He's a bum.
78%.
Ryan, who's not here, is 8-6, and Steve and me are 9-5.
That's how we do it.
We're all killing it. That win percentage is based over the
Year.
career.
Yeah.
So Bo has been solid 71%, along with Steve 71%.
Yeah, you know who's been ass?
Johnny.
I'll put it back up.
Ryan.
So Ryan picks. But to Ryan's defense, Ryan picks on emotion, not on what's going on.
I mean, that's
so
nah, never mind.
a
I'm
lot
not-
of his arguments. By the way, if his emotion is 60% accurate, that's not bad.
No, that's actually
All right, so
pretty good for
here's-
us,
here's
guys.
my question.
This is like
Define emotion. He's like, oh, I'm not feeling good about Washington.
no. You know,
Yes.
you don't know what it is.
I don't
Hold
like
on,
Week
hold on.
13's games.
No.
They're not good.
No, his
By the
emotion's
way-
angry. He's like, no, they're not good to
There were
win.
no good games Week 13.
I
I couldn't
also-
find a game of the week.
I also yelled at
I'm
him.
feeling greedy today.
We all did different versions of it.
I also yelled at him in the before the show today because I watched the last show.
Hi, buddy.
And this dude was talking about the Ravens for almost a solid 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Like we'd get off the Ravens and he'd come back to the Ravens.
loaded
We'd
him
get
up.
we were on the NFC and somehow we ended up for 20 minutes on the Ravens.
Who's that tackle that was supposed to win MVP or comeback player? Oh,
Ronnie Staley.
Yeah, he's hurt again. Yeah, okay.
Stanley?
So I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump
Stan?
off that.
Stanley.
So we are doing pretty solid in the pick'ems for anybody who wants to know. You guys are more than welcome to ask us in the chat what you guys think what you think we think about the games.
Yeah, you're lucky. It's gonna be premium content at some point. 70% roughly.
Yeah, I mean,
Sheesh.
we pay a lot of attention to all these games and stats. We're gonna move on from here, though. I have one last thing to talk about today, and that is the Andrew Luck statement that he made to Seth Wickersham. And
What a name.
It was an ESPN Plus article. I read 90% of the article, and essentially with this whole that overlay sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's rough on the.
All right,
read that overlay.
So
John.
read the stats on the overlay. That is Andrew Luck for his career, and then
80
go
or
ahead.
60?
Go ahead,
60.
Johnny.
Oh, okay.
So 2012 to 2018, 60.8% completion percentage, completion. 23,671 passing yards, 1,590 rushing yards, because he's not a running back by any means.
That's only over 6 years, guys.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
171 to 83 touchdown interception ratio.
He ran the ball that much?
And he was a 2018 comeback player of the year.
And those are some really phenomenal stats for a guy that retired at like 27 or 28 years old.
Well, you remember when he retired very randomly and Jacoby Brissett was like, oh, okay.
So just to like
Jim Irsay cried like a baby.
hold on. just to give kudos to this kid because I think he's mentally he had an issue. When you read the article, he talks about his wife and he talks about how he was incapable of dealing with injury and dealing with the game and dealing with how he was going to deal with his family. And when he came back, he gave everything he had. I kind of think this is the same thing Tom Brady's going through at this age, is the game has taken so much of his life away and he hasn't paid any attention to anybody outside of his life. So he learned that at a very young age, and it's a shock. But to keep that in mind, Tom Brady's in his 40s, and he's learning that at an older age. So kudos to this kid learning that young and understanding what's going on. But God bless, because I think he went through a lot. And I understand that sometimes you have to give everything to game to be the greatest at the game. So, and just people need to understand that these guys have lives outside of the sport. I know the only thing we care about is what they do in the sport 90% of the time. But sometimes there's more that goes on than just that.
Some things.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to just kind of leave it at that. If you guys have any questions about that article, I'm more than happy to repeat what was said in that article. You're more than welcome to comment in the chat or repeat or jump in on us on Saturday. Saturday's show is not, well, actually, I apologize. Saturday's show is not going to be this Saturday. Hold up one second, because since we lost this, are we connected back to YouTube?
That's what I was trying to tell you.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. John, we back?
Hold on.
Just can you hit refresh on the YouTube just to make sure we're on? Because I see that the Wi-Fi is connected, but
It still says live.
all right,
AJ.
so if it still says live, so Saturday's show will not be on Saturday this week due to scheduling conflicts. We're gonna have it on Sunday morning.
Early
It's gonna
Sunday,
be
boys.
Early Sunday between the hours of 7 and 9. We'll probably jump in a little bit early and be out a little bit late, possibly. That'll be our show is this Sunday, and that is, what is that day?
10th?
I don't even know the date. Today's the 7th,
Shit.
8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th? 12th?
You're making me look at my
All right.
calendar.
I don't
It's the 11th. 11th's right.
Okay, the 11th at 7 a.m. in the morning. We will have Steve, me, John, and Ryan. Bo is going to spend the time with his family, which,
I'll be on the chat.
all right.
He'll be in there.
Bo will
I'll
be in the
monitor.
chat.
I'll be admin chat.
He's going to be in there ripping you fools for your poor
Yeah.
takes. That's what I expect.
Chirping in from a long distance.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
boy.
He's going to be ripping us. All right, so.
You're super stressed out.
Hold up.
Sorry.
So we're back on. Sorry about that, guys. We got disconnected. I was talking about what was going on the Sunday show. The Sunday show is going to be from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We're going to talk about our pick'ems. We're going to talk about the topics of the day. We're going to get back into the meme mode. We're going to talk about the Sunday games later in the day. And actually, we might get a little bit into the fantasy just because it's Sunday morning. And I'm sure people are going to ask about players and want to know what's going on there. So that being said, that is it for me today. This is Wednesday, week 14, and it is 12/7. Steve, you got anything to take away for today?
No. Thank you for being here. If you're here, we love you. We appreciate you bringing us up, you interacting with us. We like the fans. Thank you very much. We love you. God bless you. We hope to see you Sunday morning.
All right, Bo, you got anything today?
Yeah, real quick. And when I say real quick, you know I'm going to be long.
It's going to be a while.
That's right.
So outro now.
No.
All right,
What
go
do you
ahead,
got?
Bo. Go ahead.
The hardest thing about doing this podcast, just straight up, is we put a lot of effort and energy into making this hour as great as we can be, and we want the best for you. It isn't for us that we do this shit. We love it, and it goes by so fast, but truly, if you have any feedback, do not hesitate. Reach out.
I don't
click,
care if it's
like,
bad or
subscribe.
good.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, please.
No, because like we put in effort, we put in time, we give parts of our lives to make sure that you guys are presented with a product that is, something worthy
I mean,
of an appetite.
all three of us got new kids, so.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I mean,
But
we're taking time from our families for you guys.
that's right. But that's not to say like anything on you. It's saying I want you guys to get the best while you're here. Let us know what we got in the comments. And then the last thing, too, because I already said the last thing once, but this is the last thing, too.
Asterisk last thing.
I wish we could go for 4 hours, 5 hours.
I'll talk football all day.
We could go for 4 hours.
Yeah, we could talk football
Like,
forever.
You guys don't understand. This is a passion. This isn't a something that we.
I think it's both.
Yeah, it's a passion. It's a passion. Like, we're passionate about this stuff. So we love you. We love what we do. This is a lot of fun. Thank you, KJ. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Johnny G.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to give myself some thanks for making time for this. This is awesome.
All right,
There you
Johnny,
go.
anything to take away today? Just quick and easy.
Top that, Johnny G. Top that, bitch.
Get him.
Pretty straightforward. Like he said, I can't really top up what Bo said.
Sucker.
No.
We do this
78% hitter over there.
Yeah, he's a
We do this
savage.
78% pick 'em hitter.
We do this because we enjoy football. Clearly, with my 78% pick 'em so far. But we just talk football all the time,
win on
even
DFS?
football Sundays.
Yeah, you
What's
know-
that?
Did you win on DFS?
I cannot remember on the top of my head.
God, you were that drunk?
All right. All right.
But, we appreciate
Anyway.
you. And I'm going to give it back to KJ.
We're going to close this week 14 show out on Wednesday, and we're going to get to you guys on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Let us
Well
know
done,
what's
boys.
going on. Have a great week.
God bless.